I met Bridget 8 years ago. She was vibrant, magnetic, and had this way of turning ordinary moments into something exciting. When we first got together, I truly believed she was the one. We were married for 5 years, and in the beginning, everything felt perfect. We laughed endlessly, traveled whenever we could, and dreamed about our future together. I worked hard, and she enjoyed the life I provided. I didn't mind. It made me happy to see her happy. But gradually, things started to shift. I couldn't pinpoint exactly when it began, but I noticed a change. She went out constantly, spent money without care, and barely made time for me. At first, I tried to brush it off. Maybe she needed space. Maybe she was stressed. Maybe it was just a phase. But it didn't improve. It got worse. I'd wake up in the middle of the night to find her side of the bed empty. She'd come home at absurd hours, smelling of alcohol and perfumes that weren't hers. Our bank account was draining fast. Fancy dinners, weekend trips, new clothes. Every time I asked, she had an excuse. It's just girls' night, she'd say. Some retail therapy. Stop being paranoid. I wanted to believe her, but deep down, I knew something was off. Then one night, she came home close to 2 a.m., laughing on the phone. When she saw me on the couch, her expression turned to irritation. "What?" she snapped, tossing her purse aside. I stood up, determined. "Bridget, we need to talk." She rolled her eyes. "About what?" I took a steady breath. "You're never home. You spend recklessly. And when you are here, you barely speak to me. What's going on?" Her face didn't change. If anything, she seemed bored. "Nothing's going on. I'm just enjoying my life. Since when is that a crime?" I scoffed. "Enjoying your life? Are you even aware we're married? Because it doesn't feel like it anymore." She laughed, shaking her head. "Oh, please. You're so dramatic. This isn't drama, Bridget. This is real. You're acting like our marriage doesn't matter." She exhaled sharply. "That's not true," she snapped. "But I'm tired of you trying to control me." And then she said it. "I'm not afraid to replace you." Her words hit me like a slap. Everything froze for a moment. My heart raced, but my face stayed calm. "What did you just say?" "You heard me," she said, meeting my gaze. A chill ran through me. "Replace me?" What did that even mean? For the first time, I realized she wasn't just acting differently. She had changed. We argued, but my mind kept returning to that sentence. Something was wrong, and I needed to uncover it. She grabbed her purse and stormed out, slamming the door behind her. But instead of feeling hurt, I felt focused. I started paying attention, watching her closely. I reviewed our bank statements, expensive dinners at unfamiliar places, hotel charges, late-night Uber rides. Nothing added up. Then, one evening, I came home early. I set my keys down and heard her voice, soft, flirty, not meant for me. "I know, baby. I miss you too. I hate sneaking around." My stomach turned. I stepped forward, but my phone rang. She spun around, face pale, fumbling with her phone. "I'll talk to you later," she said, hanging up. "Who was that?" I asked calmly but firmly. "Just Melissa," she stammered, the friend she barely ever talked to anymore. I didn't believe her, but I stayed silent. She smiled tightly, grabbed her purse, and left. That was when I knew Bridget was cheating. That night, once she fell asleep, I took her phone. I wasn't the jealous type, but I had to be certain. I scrolled through messages, Instagram, WhatsApp, emails. Nothing. She had either erased everything or was using another phone. She was careful. Too careful. She couldn't hide this from me forever. The next morning, I contacted a private investigator. Daniel, a sharp, no-nonsense man in his 50s, met me at a quiet cafe. I told him everything. Her late nights, reckless spending, the suspicious phone call, and the wiped traces. He nodded, jotting notes. "She's definitely up to something. Can you find out for sure?" I asked. "That's what I do," he said with a smirk. I hired him immediately. A few days later, Daniel called. "Richard, you need to see this." At his office, I saw the photos. Bridget with another man. Tall, dark-haired, smug. One photo showed him with an arm around her in a dim bar, another at a restaurant, her hand resting on his. The worst, Bridget kissing him outside his house before entering together. I froze, emotions crashing in anger, humiliation, disbelief. I had suspected it, but seeing it was a blow unlike any other. Daniel cleared his throat. His name is Mike. I tailed him 3 days. It's not just a fling. She's practically living a double life. I clenched my fists. Daniel gave me a look, silently asking what I would do next. I grabbed the folder, took a deep breath, and said, I'll handle this the right way. The next morning, I woke before Bridget. She was still curled under the covers, oblivious. I stood there, disgusted, then got dressed and left for a lawyer's office. No hesitation, no second-guessing. I laid out everything. Her distance, financial recklessness, the affair. Do you have proof? The lawyer asked. I handed over the folder. Perfect, he said. This makes things much easier. I told him I wanted the divorce quick. No drama, no drawn-out fights. She would walk away with nothing. He smirked. I signed the paperwork, walked out, feeling lighter. That night, I acted as if nothing had changed. When Bridget came home, I smiled, asked about her day. She barely responded, too absorbed in her phone. Over the next few days, I played the oblivious husband, made her coffee, suggested movies, complimented her outfits. She ate it up, unaware I was preparing to turn her world upside down. 3 days later, the papers were ready. I sat in my car, staring at the stack. I called my friend Joseph to meet me at a cafe. When he arrived, I told him everything. Then I asked him for a favor. Serve the divorce papers to Bridget as a surprise. He agreed. That afternoon, Bridget sat in the living room, texting. I pretended to watch TV when there was a knock. Joseph handed her the folder silently and walked away. Confused, she opened it, her face paling. What is this? You tell me. I said flatly, Richard, these are divorce papers. Why? Really, you don't know? I raised an eyebrow. You wanted to replace me, right? Pack your things and get out. Her mouth opened, but no words came. I've already transferred our joint account money. Keep what's yours. I added, you what? You heard me, I said, placing the photos of her with Mike on the table. Her eyes scanned them, panic spreading. You hired someone to follow me? This is disgusting, she shouted. I laughed, bitter and cold. Oh, I'm disgusting? That's rich. Are you really doing this? She asked, tears welling. Yes. Now pack, or do you need help? I crossed my arms. She stormed off, slamming the bedroom door. I heard her sobbing, but I didn't care. She made her choice. The divorce went smoothly. She tried to fight, begged, then demanded half of everything. But when my lawyer presented proof of her infidelity, her case collapsed. She got nothing. No money, no house, no alimony. Eventually, she moved in with Mike. I didn't care. For the first time in years, I felt free. No arguments. No betrayal gnawing at me. No sense of inadequacy. I focused on myself, gym, friends, trips, even dating again. Bridget became just a memory. Months later, she messaged, Hey, can we talk? I ignored it. Another, Please, Richard, just 5 minutes. I still ignored it. The next night, a knock at the door. She was there, defeated, hair messy, dark circles under her eyes, makeup smudged. Richard, I made a mistake, she said softly. Oh, you think? I leaned against the doorframe. Mike wasn't who I thought. We broke up. Wow. Shocking. I said, I have nowhere to go, she whispered. So what? Thought you could just come back. Can we just talk? She reached my arm. I stepped back. Talk about what? How you threw away our marriage. How you laughed at me behind my back. I was stupid. I thought the grass was greener. I miss you. I miss us. There's no us anymore, I said, shutting the door. Her sobs echoed outside, but I didn't care. She made her choice, and I made mine.